Hey fellow creations, it's Elijah here with Holly Hill with your weekly sermon preview. God can write your perfect love story. I think there's a lot of people in this world that are unhappy, that are angry, that are dissatisfied with their lives. And I think in large part, one of the big reasons for that is that people make life choices that don't align with God's perfect purpose for humanity. In Genesis chapter 1, verses 27 and 28, he said, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it." God baked it into humanity to desire to thrive and to conquer and to invent, to build, to create, to flourish, and to grow. He built that within us, and when we make life choices that go against that, we're going to feel dissatisfied and angry and unfulfilled. God wants to write your perfect love story. In Genesis chapter 2, verses 18 through 24, this is where God creates Eve for the perfect union between Adam and Eve. And I'm going to give you a little preview about the lesson from this upcoming Sunday, when we look at God writing the perfect love story. The first thing that we notice is that God didn't want Adam to be alone. He looked at him and he said, it's not good that Adam should be alone. God can write you the perfect love story. The second thing that we see is that God brings many different creatures to Adam to see if any of them could possibly be a companion for him. I think this was rhetorical. Of course, none of them could be a good companion, and God knew that, but he wanted to show mankind that. And so there were no good matches. There were no creatures that could be a good match for a companion for Adam. In the same way, there's a lot of different choices that we can make for what we do in our lives. But a lot of them are not good matches according to God's plan. And so we'll feel unfulfilled and unsatisfied. God can write you the perfect love story. And then the third thing that we see from that text is God then creates the perfect companion for Adam in the form of Eve. And he brings her and presents her to Adam. And there we have the first union, the first husband and wife in the Bible. God can write the perfect love story. And so when we're talking about thinking on these things, filling our minds with what is true and honorable and just and pure and lovely and all of these things, let's fill our minds with the good things of God and God's purpose and God's plan for humanity when we think about the love story that God can write in our lives to allow us to truly feel satisfied and fulfilled in this world that he created. We love you all, and we look forward to seeing you this upcoming Sunday when we talk about the perfect love story that God can write for you. We love you all. See you Sunday. Bye-bye.